What up, what up, what up? It's the
Yo,
Man to Man Sports Podcast.
yo, it's your boy Nate, and it's my boy over here running, the man, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We coming to you today, you know what I mean, to talk about some stuff that's been hitting the news and the highlights and stuff. You got anything to tell them running?
As you can see, I got my Atlanta Falcons jersey on, supporting my boy Prime Time. Let's
Hey,
go.
and he didn't even tell me he was wearing it today, but I see how we rolling today. I see how we rolling, you know what I mean? But we gonna get right into it. Y'all know how we get to it, so tune in. Do you want to do the segment or you don't want to do the segment? As in, like, you want to continue into it or you don't
Yeah,
want
let's get into it, man.
to?
Let's
Okay,
get
all right,
into it.
bet.
Yo, man, check this out, man. As
Uh-huh,
you said, as I said before, I'm here to support my boy Deion.
uh-huh.
I don't understand where all the hate coming from. You know what I mean? Us as black people, as a general, already have a hard time getting prominent jobs.
Uh-huh.
So why, when a man has a chance to go to Colorado to do something different there, they own him.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. I think a lot of people are hurt because he did so much good. when
I can
somebody
see that.
when somebody does a lot of good, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have more haters. When you do something bad, usually people agree that you should go somewhere. You
That's
know what I mean?
right.
If that makes any sense.
Right.
So I feel like, now there are some unconfirmed things going on
Mm-hmm.
with the finances with the Jackson State, underlying finances that he wasn't given due to actual payment and bonuses. Now, it hasn't been confirmed, so I don't know how far that would stretch.
Well, I don't know about all the finances and details and all that kind of stuff,
Uh-huh.
but this is my position on it right here. If nothing else that Dion did,
Uh-huh.
he set the blueprint on how you should run a HBCU, on
Uh-huh.
how you can bring the HBCU up or bring national attention to a HBCU.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying? Not only did he bring Jackson State to a position to where people recognize the HBCU,
Uh-huh.
but also he allowed the game to be noticed from a standpoint from how HBCUs can be ran. I don't understand why people giving them a hard time. Just for example,
Uh-huh.
I remember him saying somebody saying in an interview. I think it was Dion himself. I can't remember exactly, to where the kids were coming to games not in uniform. They were coming in. Some was coming in suits. Some was
Oh,
coming
yeah,
in street
yeah,
clothes.
yeah, yeah.
He used his resources
It
to
wasn't as
get.
a unit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they came in as a unit.
yeah.
So some of the things that they don't see behind the scenes that he done, he
Uh-huh.
used his resources. He used his network and brought because
'Cause
remember
that
this.
that was with Michael Strahan, right? Yeah.
Right, Michael
Uh-huh.
Strahan,
Uh-huh.
exactly. So remember this too. HBCUs were created because black people could not go to a regular college
Uh-huh.
back in the day. But see, that's why a lot of them don't have the money or funds that they do now because we had to come up from our own. Now that this man has brought prominent attention to it, people got a problem with it. Okay, he went to Colorado, but look at the blueprint that he set for Jackson State,
Uh-huh.
right? And just follow that.
Now, and I want to make this very clear to the audience.
Here we go.
I usually don't agree with the man, um, but on this half section of what he was just talking about with Jackson State, I do agree that Deion Sanders, when he came to Jackson State, he did a great and phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
He turned that program around.
Absolutely.
The first undefeated season that they've ever
Absolutely.
had. So he did quite well. Now the point that I started to defer and I really don't agree with is why Colorado.
Well, that's the only question. That's the only question I can't answer. Dion himself gonna answer that
Because
question.
I felt like with him uplifting Jackson State,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, and I've been to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've looked at all of their facilities. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now the stadium could use some renovations. It is a little older. You know what I mean? But I've been out there. It's nice. They got the little NFL set up with the screens and stuff like that. That part is nice. But why Colorado? That's the question mark in my head.
Well, like I told my wife, at the end of the day, it's all about the money. Like his song, "Must Be the Money." You know what
Hey,
I
and
mean?
and if it is $5 million a year, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I really don't blame him. But I felt like the opportunities at other schools, like for instance, like a Georgia Tech or even a Florida State.
Yeah.
I know they got Mike at Florida State and stuff like that, but I felt like Dion that would have been like the perfect homecoming for him.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
I understand that, and I agree to an extent. But I just think the problem is for a long time, black coaches
Uh-huh.
had a hard time breaking into the college ranks, whether and professional.
Uh-huh.
And I think now that a man of his stature has the opportunity to do so, I think he need if he can do what he did at Jackson State in Colorado, that's going to solve a lot of answer a lot, shut a lot of mouths.
You know how many college athletes jumped into the transfer portal on Monday?
There's tons of them. I,
Thousand.
tons. I mean,
Now that's gonna multiply. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
And a lot of them are talking about going to Colorado because they want to play for Deion Sanders.
mm-hmm,
You see all on social media, on Twitter,
mm-hmm,
on
mm-hmm.
Facebook, on Instagram. Hey, a lot of them call him You know what I mean? So, you got room for me on the team. You know what I'm saying? No, literally, like this,
Yeah,
this is
yeah, yeah,
verbatim.
yeah.
When he went to Colorado, because I know he gonna bring a lot of stuff to Colorado.
Mm-hmm,
One, the swag.
mm-hmm.
You know he
Swag,
gonna you,
definitely
you know he
swag,
gonna bring that.
definitely
Um,
swag.
when he said he was going and it got announced that he was going to Colorado, he
Mm-hmm.
already had a 5-star from 2025
Right,
already committed to
right,
Colorado.
right.
So I think I'm gonna wait on that decision. Granted, I feel like he should get his opportunity, and I feel like he pretty much did as much as anybody could do at an HBCU.
Exactly. Oh, so
Like
that.
there really was nothing else to do but go down.
Well, I'm saying, but what else does he have to prove? I mean, when he first got to Jackson State, they barely had anything, 4-3,
Hmm.
and he leaving them with 11-0 record right now.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what else does he have to prove? He's showing everybody what you have to do to bring an HBCU up.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Network with the people around you. Get some people in to start funding them places, and I bet you a lot more kids will go there. You know what I mean? But it's just the problem is the money is not there, the
Uh-huh.
prominence is not there. So if Deion can take Jackson State and go to Colorado, I don't see why not.
They can't even get water though. I mean, they just got the water back.
Yeah.
I mean, they were staying in a hotel. To be honest, be totally honest, he over there, gotta get sponsorships from Aflac and Chevrolet and stuff like that to make it work. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people are saying, they're bringing up the chant that he was talking about. Who ain't swag if I ain't swag?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I hear all that,
but
man.
and I get it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Because he's going to bigger and I'll just say bigger place. I ain't gonna say better. I'm gonna say a bigger place with a bigger financial budget.
Well, I do agree with you when you said that he,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people felt like they're disappointed because they almost like they lost a hero, and people are holding him to his promises. Like when he first got there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be here forever for a long time. But things change, man.
Yeah, they change.
I mean, people change. People have the right to change their mind and all that kind of stuff.
Even he said either you elevate or you get terminated.
Yeah, well, that's
There,
exact
there's
fact.
no in between. You know what I mean? That's exactly what he said. Now,
Exactly.
moving on, since we're talking about that, how did you like his press conference and what he said?
Well, I'm not surprised by it because that's who Deion always been.
Uh-huh.
He's always been flamboyant like that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I'm not surprised by any of that. I just think I just think now that a man of his stature finally has a chance, especially a black man,
Uh-huh.
I think let him see what he gonna do. You know what I mean?
What was funny to me, I like to look at stuff in a different angle. Um, I was looking at the players that was sitting in there, and he was like, "Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be wearing no hats, no hoodies." And I'm looking at the players in the video. They got hats on. They got hoodies. You know what I mean? He tell them to go to the transfer portal. I'm like, I don't think it's looking good for you guys. That's sitting in this auditorium right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now that's one thing I did find a little eye popping about it.
Well, this is the thing. Sometimes when being in charge of a group of people,
Uh-huh.
sometimes you can't be their friend until they earn some of the respect that you trying to get. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
They have to understand. Oh, I'm in here about business.
Uh-huh.
Once, and it's the same thing with Jackson State. He did the same thing to the boys down in Jackson State.
Now, was it easier to do it at Jackson State than it's going to be at Colorado?
We're soon to find out. I mean that's different money up there.
Hey,
that's different money up there.
Exactly, and they paying you this lump sum amount of money. Now, are you going to have full control? Or are they going to have some say in some things that you do?
That is a good point.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good point.
So like it's going to get real wicked after a while.
Now, I'm going to ask you this question.
Uh-huh.
The question was posed to me when I posted it about, on Facebook about Deion going to what he did for Jackson State.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned to me they're afraid that they don't have enough money for Deion. And I told them, you don't have to worry about that. He's going to bring the money.
Oh, yeah, I'm not doing it.
The sponsors are going to come out the yang over there in Colorado State. Colorado, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the money's never the problem, especially when you go to a bigger school.
Yeah, and the funds are already there. Like, it's not like...
Give me.
Hey, it's not like, I got to go search for it like Jackson State. I got to... Because of my name, I'm bringing money to it, and y'all gonna get money, and I get a percentage of that.
I'm sitting here laughing, man. You know what I'm thinking?
What?
I bet Deion was on the other line to my, show me the money.
Hey,
show me the money.
Hey, for real though, because you thinking about it, like he putting his all into it. He putting some of his money into it, which is not getting none of the headlines.
Absolutely.
So from that point, I feel like. You can pretty much do whatever you want. I mean, because you don't put your all into this. So it's one of those things that you kind of look at it in real time, right? I always say you got to take 24 to 48 hours to think about something before you address it. And I feel like going forward, if he goes and wins one national championship. Hey, even get them to the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like it was a successful hire.
Well, this is the thing, this playing sports. Anytime you win, answers a lot of questions and keep a lot of people quiet.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
But it's also going to bring a lot of hate. A lot of hate. I'm just upset that people are not giving him a chance, especially when black coaches, have been down for so long trying to get prominent jobs, and here we are have a man who has the opportunity to do that, and now we got people hating on that.
I'm gonna go on a limb, right? I'm gonna go on a limb, and we're gonna move to our next topic.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go out on a limb and says he has the top 5 in the next 2 years. He's gonna have the top 5 recruiting class in the nation.
I will agree with that. And on that note, we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yo. This is the man.
To man.
Sportcast, and we coming to you again, with the hot topics and urban style, And I feel like this topic that we got next, I feel like it might get a little spicy. You know what I mean? I really do.
Hey,
We're going to talk about Morant, and is he the face of the league, or is he going to be the face of the league in the near future?
I think he will be. I mean, look. Look, the man.
He done been to Memphis.
The man is everything you want in a player, as far as flash, the height, and he's supporting with his play. And his team is winning. You know what I mean? So I think if he can keep this level of play up without any injuries or any slowdowns, I think the way he's playing, the ability to play above the rim like he does, and to be the flashy, I think Ja will be the face of the league.
All right. Enough of all that.
There
right?
you go.
And enough of all that. So, when I see Morant, I see a player that's not going to last after 4 to 5 years
What?
because of his play style. And that's, I'm talking about from now. 4 to 5 years from now,
How you figure that?
not gonna, he's not got. He don't have a consistent jump shot at all. He's very streaky. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like injury will play a portion into that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Memphis, they hot right now. You know, everybody hot on the block. Oh, Memphis, whatever, Yo Gotti, whatever you want to say. You know what I mean? But I feel like at the end of the day,
What?
Memphis in the playoffs. Tell me something good. Okay, all right. I'm gonna ask you this question. All right, what has Memphis done in the playoffs?
Well, they're still a young team, man. They're
here
still
we
a
go.
young team.
Here we go.
I think if this is the problem I have with a lot of young teams, though.
Uh-huh.
They get this good, they get the notoriety,
Uh-huh.
and now somebody says, "Well, I've been doing this on this team. Let
Yeah.
me go get me." You know what I'm saying? Instead of just staying together.
Uh-huh.
That's gonna be the problem with Memphis if that comes up. I hope it don't.
The Kyrie Irving effect.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me go get mine. I'm
Yeah.
making a name for myself on this team. We winning. We looking good. Now let me go get me my bag somewhere else. However, if that doesn't happen and they stay together, I give them another 2 or 3 years. However, they need a veteran presence. They need somebody who can be consistent, whether it's a jump shot, making plays on the team, or whatever the case may be. However, this Memphis has a legit chance to be pretty tough in the next couple of years.
Trash all that. So
This man right here clowning.
my thing is this, right? Memphis is the Toronto Raptors of the West. You know the Raptors. You know they always make it far, and
Stop it, man.
they can never win a big game.
Stop it, man.
You know, besides that 1 year with the lucky shot from Kawhi. You know what I mean? So that was but Kawhi wasn't even with them. We talking about the guy Morant has been with Memphis.
Yeah, but they pushed Boston, who made it to the finals last year, to what, 6 or 7 games last year in the playoffs.
Like I said,
And
Memphis,
plus the boom dunk that Ja Morant got.
he can jump, he can boom, he can tinker, he can pop. You know, it really doesn't matter, right? my thing is this, they're just not gonna make it. They just not gonna make it over that hump. And you know what's gonna happen? With his grill, with his daddy drinking alcohol on the sideline, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we need to go to a team that can support us. We need more and better people around us. We need this. We need that. Blah blah blah."
So you saying if they don't make any changes, if they stay constructed as they are now, they're not going to do anything else?
Oh no, most definitely not.
Well, that part I do agree.
Nah, they gonna be hot, but just like Lil Wayne and they were hot for a second, and then that was it.
Like I said, I do agree that if they stay constructed, they might not do anything more than what they're doing now. However, I think a good veteran player, I don't know who that could be. I don't know if somebody's on the free agency somewhere sitting down somewhere.
I got somebody.
Who?
No one. Exactly.
Stop it.
So my thing is this, right? I don't know what it is with Memphis. Like they are a seasonal, like as in like every season they're gonna be good. But when they get in the playoffs, we already know.
Well, see,
He hasn't elevated to a Steph Curry, LeBron.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
He with Jason Tatum.
This is what I'm glad you brought that up. And this is not just John Morant, but this is a lot of like Luka Doncic and all those guys. I think in today's NBA, we're crowning a lot of young players too early. I think we're giving them their. I mean, they're great players. Don't get me wrong; they're balling, they're doing their thing. But I think as far as accomplishments and taking the teams to the next level and different things of that nature. I mean, we got guys doing the Jordan, like, I don't know what's going on. Like
premature.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They haven't really taken it to that next notch. Michael Jordan did that when he was in the finals game.
Yeah.
Busting blazers, tail with 35 points in the
I know
first
what you wanted to
half.
say though.
Look, I'm trying to keep it clean.
Hey,
Trying to keep it clean.
PG-13 for the kids.
Please, PG-13. But but I think they give they put too much crown on the young kids right now. And I just think, you know, wait, for 5, 6, 7 years down the line, where your teams are, what you're doing then. But I think 2 or 3 years in the league, they're just giving all these guys all these props like they accomplishing. I just don't see why.
You want to know? Now this I think will be confirmed later on.
Mm-hmm.
But Nike
Mm-hmm.
is looking at replacing Kyrie Irving
Mm-hmm.
with Morant.
And they should.
That plays into what you just said though.
I mean,
With
but what I'm
Premature.
no,
Big head.
no,
I mean,
that's separation.
Luka. You talked about Luka too, and I wanted to dibble in that before I exited. Right?
Hold on before you finish that. I'm talking about two different things.
Or what?
For a man to get his bag, go get your money. Go get your money. But I'm talking about on the basketball court. They giving these guys a little bit too much reign, like they accomplishing a lot in this short amount of time. I think they just let them do a little bit more. Let's see how they career panning out before you say, okay, 3 or 4 years in the league. Oh, he's the greatest of all time. Like who, Luka? Luka's balling, but he ain't. I don't think he's gonna be the greatest of all time.
Are you done?
Here we go.
Are you done?
Here we go.
I want the audience to hear me on this one, right? I ain't had no problem.
I'm finna get drowsy on you.
Hey, I ain't got no problem with somebody going to get their money.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like with him, with Nike and etc.,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna give him a big head, and I feel like that's gonna play into his decisions going forward. That leads to on the court game.
But his plays, I think he deserves some sort of recognition because of what he's done for the Memphis Grizzlies in just that short amount of time. However,
Question. How many has he played a full season?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not yet. But the boy is balling while he's out there, man. I'm talking about killing it. Just give him but again, that goes to my point. Give him more years to see what they're gonna do instead of just giving them all the crown. Because the eyeball test says okay, he's gonna do great. But we're gonna see after these messages. What up, everyone? It's the Man Sports Podcast, and we back at you. Now, we just had a hot topic with you.
Oh, most definitely.
Now, let's get into the next topic.
Hey, so this next topic, I know we talked about it a little bit last week.
Yes, sir.
But I really, really want to get the man thoughts on it because I really feel like they starting to turn around. And it's about these Lakers. These
Lakers.
I mean, Anthony Davis just hit a double nickel. I'm talking about a double nickel now.
Yes, sir.
And I really think Russell Westbrook is starting to play into his own. So you really don't think that they, gonna turn around? Are you still thinking, that they gonna kind of, just plateau out and it's just they ain't playing nobody type of deal?
Well, first of all, I'm always gonna be a Lakers fan, regardless of what they play,
Lord. Here we go.
who they play, who on the team. However, it's still too early for me to give all my hope to him.
Well, you know what? Since he don't want to say nothing, I will. All right, I'm going on the books right now. What today? December the 6th?
Today's the 6th.
So I feel like this. Given the schedule and given who they did beat, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Now, that was a great win. Big win. Big win.
I'm not going to say top 5, but they will make the playoffs.
That's going to be tough.
Hey, they will make the playoffs. I would. At first, I was like, trash. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's trade Westbrook. You know what I mean? Let's get some picks or something. But right now, I would probably slow up on that.
Well, I mean, they are. Well, don't get me wrong. They are
Mm,
playing better.
okay.
They are playing
Oh,
much
oh, oh,
better.
he's coming around. He's coming around, guys. He's coming around.
Like I said, I got to believe in my Lakers, ride or die. But just from a basketball standpoint, just visually watching them, the eyeball test, I just don't see them making it in. And if they do make it in, it's gonna be a tight race in the playoff. They're gonna have to play. They're gonna have to play in to get into playoffs.
So, my question:
Hmm.
who do you trade?
Ooh.
Oh,
I mean, I think
oh,
the obvious one is Westbrook. I mean, you can't give up AD right now.
oh.
Not the
Okay,
way he's
okay.
playing.
But if Westbrook, the last 2 games, had 0 turnovers, if he can keep this up for the next 20 games, are you still gonna be thinking? Like, even if you have, obviously, we're not gonna exaggerate anything, right? So obviously, if you have maybe a couple turnovers
Mm-hmm,
or
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
whatever, and he's got his confidence, he got his swag back.
Well,
Are you still gonna trade Russell Westbrook?
I would have to bite that bullet and trade him. I
Also,
mean, I mean, he's
he can
playing with.
he can score 100 points. You gonna trade him?
Well, no, not that.
No, no, that's what it is. That's what it
No,
is.
but I'm just saying though, because if you're gonna get any value for
Uh-huh.
him, this would be the time to get value because he's playing well. You see
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like what have you done for me lately? Because if he's not playing well now, and they try to trade it, they might not get anything for him. So if I was going to trade him, get him while he's playing well, and then get some value for him. That's just the way I see it.
I'm gonna put it like this. If y'all don't do nothing this season, Rob Pelinka just got an extension. Um,
We out of there, man.
LeBron is losing confidence. I
Well,
mean, he just got his confidence back with y'all winning. But LeBron, the confidence is still straddling the fence. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, the win in Milwaukee was a big win, and that could bring some momentum.
Hmm.
But Anthony Davis right now is the motor. He is playing out of his mind right now.
You
He,
know who's playing out of their mind too, and you're not even noticing.
here we go.
I wasn't about to say LeBron. I mean, yeah,
No.
everybody know I love LeBron, but still, I wasn't about to
Oh,
say
okay,
LeBron.
okay.
Walker. That's
Oh,
and the amount of points and stuff that he's giving y'all.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's kind of unexpected.
Well, I mean, well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing that the Lakers needed. They
Hmm.
needed somebody else besides those three guys to step up. And because they didn't have any great shooting, somebody had to do something different. I'm
You
glad
know what?
Walker.
You know what? I didn't mean to cut you off, but you know what?
What's up?
You can trade Pat Bev.
I don't, man. To be honest with you, even though he kind of get on my nerve every now and again,
Hmm.
but since he's on our team, we need somebody like that. We need a dog to go after somebody, some of the tougher offensive players, you know. So LeBron and AD can get their rest and do what they do, and Westbrook can get their rest so he can do what they do. But I just don't see the Lakers doing anything past. Even if they make it to the playoffs, they're not going to make it past the first round. I just don't
So
see
you
it.
you saying they'll make it to the play-in,
If they make it, they'll play in the play in,
and then they're gonna lose in the play-in.
and they're gonna lose.
They're gonna lose in the play. Um, I do think this. Getting into the middle of the season, getting to All-Star break,
Hmm.
that's when you kind of really know your team
Right.
and what they're gonna do. When you first stepped in, the first part of the season with the Lakers,
Hmm.
I feel like the only 2 people that they should keep is LeBron and AD,
I agree.
and they should trade everything else off. I wouldn't keep nothing else.
Well, no. Well, this is going to be critical
Uh-huh.
right here. Let's say they do pull off a trade.
Okay.
The hard part is getting the trade value when you get a player, not only a good, decent player, but also too some trade picks.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get some picks in there, some kind of way.
So what? They only got 2 right now, right?
I don't know how many.
I think it's the 2027 first round pick, and I think it's another one. I can't think of the next one, but I think they only have 2 left.
Yeah, because they traded a lot just to get AD and LeBron when they first came to the Lakers
Yeah.
some years back.
Which I wasn't mad at it.
I wasn't mad at it either. I mean, we got one championship out of it.
Now the Westbrook ordeal, I didn't. Nobody that was a experiment that was failed from the beginning.
I think that's because by the eyeball test, everywhere Westbrook went to before he got to LA, he turned their team around to some extent.
Uh-huh.
Or he averaged triple-double for a couple of years and all that kind of stuff. And I think that when he went to the Lakers, we expected the same rush. But for whatever reason, Russ just fell off. And it was a terrible year for him last year. Terrible.
I'm going to say this. If the Lakers go deep run in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
and Russell Westbrook is playing out of his mind,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell him what you said about him.
Check this out.
Hey, I'm gonna be like, hey, Russ, I ain't had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? That was all the man. And
Look,
you can go see the receipts on December the 6th.
You're speaking to a huge Lakers fan, and I want them to win. I really want them to make it to the playoffs and make some noise. But just going by what I see and what happened last year, I can't give them that right now this early in the season. I mean, the West is a lot tougher now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot tougher now. I mean, you got from top to bottom. It's tough. And how many games they out of first place? I mean, it's not that many games separating everybody.
It's like 5.
Yeah, so
5 or 6
I mean, it's
games.
possible.
Yeah.
It's possible, but I just can't call it right now, man.
Now, since you said that, I do think the West is more wide open now, though.
Oh yeah, almost
I
definitely.
mean, look at the Golden State Warriors.
Most
Have
definitely.
you seen what they've been having the slumps? Everybody been talking about Steph Curry in the gym making circus shots and stuff like that, but they done lost as many games.
I'm gonna give you my personal opinion.
Okay.
This is just my personal opinion, and I don't care what nobody says, but it's because my opinion.
Yeah.
But I really think that the punch from Draymond did a lot more damage than they are willing to admit.
I don't think it is. I think
it did.
I think it stems back to contract. You know what I mean? Like they ain't giving him the money. You know what I mean? I felt like they gave old buddy the money.
Well, let me ask
They
this
ain't
question then.
yeah.
Do you think Draymond is worth a max contract?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't even think he was worth the contract he was getting.
Exactly.
Like,
No, sir.
Hey, like I don't think, to me, everybody like he runs the offense, he does that. To me, he throws up bricks.
Look,
And he don't even hardly get rebounds. No
he's
more.
a great player for that system on that team.
Yeah.
I don't know if you take Draymond off the Warriors and put him on somewhere like
D-League.
Memphis or something. D-League.
D-League.
I don't know if you take him and put him on another team, he'll be that productive.
Now,
I think he's just a product of a great system.
I mean, all jokes aside, I do think, he's a great player, but is he a sufficient one? You know what I mean? Like you can't be like, hey, go get me 35.
Oh
carry
yeah,
the team,
Offensively,
and you're gonna run,
he's a liability.
and we're gonna run everything through you.
Yeah. When it's
He's
comes,
not that type of player.
Yeah, he'll run the offense and get you assists and rebounds and play good defense. But
Yeah.
as far as scoring, he's definitely a liability.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like
So-
I mean, maybe one more. There's probably one more organization that he might fit good in.
Who's that?
You ready for it?
Who?
The Spurs.
Oh well,
Yeah,
well,
'Cause
Pop.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
Pop. Yeah.
But
Pop, yeah.
he ain't gonna get paid.
No.
That's the thing.
No.
All right, so we done got sidetracked. You know what I mean? We done got sidetracked on y'all. But hey, tune in to us, man. Me and my boy, we going live. We going in effect. Oh, make sure you give them the links. Give them the links, man. We just got on the YouTube. So make sure we're gonna have the link at the bottom of the page. So make sure you tune into our Facebook page, Man to Man Podcast. You got anything to tell them?
Hey man, well we coming for y'all. We just want to have fun and have a good time. Let's go.
Hey, let's get it.